Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. My friends, I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth. And the following is the second part of my interview with the YouTuber known as EpicKnightofNi, who has come forward with a story of his time at the Disney Galactic Starcruiser Hotel. He relates a detailed account of what he claims was a hilariously terrible experience, and as you watch this interview, you should bear in mind that during this video, I was hearing this story for the first time myself. There was no communication about this between us beforehand, so my reactions are as spontaneous as your reactions listening to him, and many of the things Knight claims about this trip made me laugh my armored ass off. People have asked me the question, "Are you sure all this is true?" To which I reply, since I wasn't personally there, I can't guarantee anything, but consider. Unlike other sources, Knight came forward and has allowed himself to be recorded without his face or voice being concealed. And what's more, he has his own YouTube channel. Under such circumstances, I find it hard to believe that someone would lie so publicly, because that would sure torpedo his channel moving forward. Plus, I've known him quite a while. He's been around in the Fandom Menace community, and I've always thought him to be a good guy. So it's not like he's some Disney saboteur who just emerged to plant a false story. For all these reasons, I give him the benefit of the doubt here. In this way, I suppose I'm like Art Bell, interviewing someone who claims he saw a UFO or Nessie. I'm just letting him tell his story, and I respectfully invite each of you to listen to what he has to say and make up your own mind. I followed up with Knight asking him about discrepancies between his story and early published accounts, and I have a discussion of his response at the end of this video, so stay tuned, sit back, and enjoy Mr. Knight's wild ride through the Disney Galactic Starcruiser Hotel.
My friends were beyond pissed at this point, but it gets worse. And I'm sitting here, personally, I'm enjoying it simply because they're suffering. And and I'm sitting here going, what, and at this point, we're all going, okay, we're going to move eventually. There's going to be another event. What are they going, like, it became a guessing game at that point. What are we going to do in the next round?
Dude, how long roughly were you forced to play bingo?
I could be wrong because we were timing it amongst ourselves. It was about 30 to 35 minutes every time we went to a new area.
Oh, my.
It felt like somebody that used to run a youth group at a Baptist church planned this out. Only he didn't have the material to actually do anything better than this.
They didn't have the material to do better at the Walt Disney Corporation with all their $1 billion. They just cheesed it up. They just cheesed it up.
And then you go to the next, and I was convinced we were going around in a circle. I can't swear by that, but that's what it felt like. And I guess they did that to make you feel like you were progressing.
Right,
so you wouldn't
right.
Get bored and sitting in the same spot. Now, that's my thought process. I don't know that for 100%.
But you're saying that all the rooms were, these two rooms that you were in were basically the same room, but they were different colors.
Right. I mean,
were the colors of like was it actual like paint or did they actually change the color of the light? Is it the same fucking?
Yeah, it was
so it's the same fucking room over and over again that they're just changing the color of.
Right. and there's a lot of people gonna be, oh, he's lying. Okay, fine. I'm telling you, I was there. I know what I did, and I'm like, it was just this bad. Now, once you got through playing that, they moved us in a completely different room, and that's when they did their first skit, I guess you would call it, where it was the captain, and she's talking about bringing you in, and we're going to go to where the new Jedi Order is, and da, and this is going to be exciting. You're going to be able to see. And they never said anyone's name as far as like who's the head of the Jedi Order, or if they did, I didn't hear it. And, and you go through this little bit, and now we have to prepare you to do that. So they take you from there, and you go, that's when you get to see like the majority of the ship. You have the little shopping center, and you can see the cantina, and the cantina is not very big at all. I mean, all these rooms, maybe 50 people at one time, and that's me. I'd have to see it. I mean, I know how many was with us. We had about 35 people with us, and we were spaced out pretty good in these rooms we were in.
My God!
But I feel like if you had 50, it would be packed. And you have like a little center to where you can go get your drinks, and you're, like if you're not eating, and you have your dining area. You could see the ship, and they let you explore a little bit, and you get to see, on the side of the ship, and you get to see the cool stuff on the side of the ship. And after that, it's clear that they can, like, there's certain areas where they can change stuff out. Like, there'll be just regular panels, but later on, I'll tell you, even though it's the same area, there's different panels that have to where you can shoot your weapons in outer space, kind of like the Millennium Falcon. Whenever you're shooting they're shooting the
turbo lasers,
yeah, the turbo lasers, and it's the same area, but the panels are different, and all they do is change the panels out. And
oh my God.
And and you get to explore for, I don't know, maybe an hour, give or take. And there's a good bit to, weave yourself around and look at, and then, groups start disappearing, and they start going off to do your main activities to get you into like your saber training, which I cannot wait to get to that. Your Jedi training, which is basically your force powers and stuff like that, and your Sith training and so on. And even though you're on the dark side, it don't matter. That doesn't matter right now. They're just taking you to generic, and you're not getting Yoda yet. You're not getting any of those characters. You're just being taught how to do stuff and how to interact with what's there on the ship, to where you can do. And none of this is important later on, because you don't get to really do any of it. And but you start off with your Jedi training, and it's basically connect. If you ever remember the Connect, you could reach out, and you could and it would follow your, pick up a rock, and it follows your hands as you pick the rock up, and that is definitely there. You walk into this room, it lights up, and you pick the rock up, and you pick the rock up, put the rock down, put the rock on top of the other rock. It's literally what Yoda did during Empire Strikes Back with Luke. Only you don't get to pick the spaceship up, you just stack rocks. And I guess that's a gag from the Last Jedi, where it's all about, this ain't just about stacking rocks,
right? Yeah.
And I guess that's a gag because that's all you do is stack rocks.
So the joke is on the poor customers that forked over all the money for this experience. It's a gag, much. But it's on them.
And when you move from there, you get to what basically everybody's looking forward to. Even the kids that were in my hall was like, they were looking forward to this specific, which is lightsaber training. You have never in your life seen anything so lame, so pathetic as this. This was, because when I saw what we were going to do, what are they even doing? They give you a lightsaber that is it's just a plastic tube with tape that looks like a lightsaber at the bottom of it. You walk in front of a wall. Yeah, like a covering, like it's got like a wallpaper. Like
it's not. So it's a graphic. It's like a almost like a tin toy, but it's just like wallpaper, basically.
Yeah. And it's all plastic. It's just a solid piece of plastic. And you walk up in front of it. It don't light up. It don't do nothing. You walk up in front of a wall, and you have this wall in front of you. It has lights on it. And whenever a light lights up, you have to move your lightsaber to that light. And then you move your lightsaber to the next light. And then you move your lightsaber to the next light. And so on and so on. And you do this for about 15, 20 minutes, and then you're trained.
Oh my God. Wow.
And you don't get to keep the lightsaber.
Even the cheap plastic lightsaber.
No.
So why the hell then don't they just use the master replica ones that you can like turn on that the light extends on it, and why not?
This is just me. I think what it is the there's something in that plastic that it senses where the lightsaber is on the lights, because like you'll have a white light or a red one depending on what side of the hall you're on, and whenever you reach that particular light, it turns, there's like a little green button, and then you go to the next light.
Well, Knight, that's about the lamest piece of crap that I've heard in a long, long time. I mean, my God, how I would be bored to tears like within 3 or 4 minutes. And you say this thing went on like 15 or 20 minutes of this so-called training?
I mean, yeah. And you get this spiel about you have just, and it's literally Obi-Wan's, I mean, the words that's worded different. It's they add words, but it's basically you have just taken your first step into a much larger, it's that spiel, but there's more to it.
Wow. And
you leave from
God,
there,
that's lame. God, that's lame.
You go to you get your own room in this one, where you sit in a chair, and they teach you how to do your turbo lasers, and you're like, and it's real easy. I mean, it's like you don't even if you're terrible at video games, it's super easy.
Knight, I want to just run this by you. I can't believe that the lightsaber training is that lame. I mean, my God, why at the very least didn't they go ahead and like when Luke was training, he had, the helmet on with the blast shield down so he couldn't see anything. So you could put the blast shield, over the kid's head, and it could be like a VR setup. And then he could go ahead and actually and see the thing like moving, and it'd be all virtual, and it'd be a lot better than pointing a plastic stick at some fucking lights on a wall for 15 or 20 minutes. My God, this thing is low tech.
There's nothing in this that's high tech except for the iPad that you get. Nothing.
And that's not even that high tech. I've got a bunch of them.
No. I know that's the point. That's the point I'm making. There's nothing. The coolest thing you'll get there. Like I expected. This is seriously. I expected, for the little where you go and you can go shop for because they have Jedi geese, they have Sith geese, so on and so forth. And I expected them to have where you could build your own lightsaber there. It's not there.
As I mentioned at the start of this video, some have come forward pointing out discrepancies between Knight's story and other published accounts. How do I explain them? Well, I can't, because I wasn't at the Galactic Starcruiser Hotel for his visit, or for anyone else's visit for that matter. I'm just allowing Knight to tell his tale. And again, while I can't guarantee he's telling the truth since I wasn't there, I find it very hard to believe he'd humiliate himself by lying so publicly. I mean, listen to him. He's a good old down-to-earth kind of a guy. Still, spurred by those who question this account, I followed up with Knight asking him how he explains any discrepancies between his review and other published reviews. He replied, quote, "Those are bought and paid for shills. I'm not. If I would have had a good time, I would have said so. Plus, I could have hid my face, and I didn't, because I know what went down." Unquote. So there's a quote from the man himself submitted for your consideration. Now, it doesn't surprise me all that much that there may be discrepancies between his account and others. Bear in mind, this hotel hasn't been in operation long. Early reports would be put out by influencers and invited Disney shills who would be positive no matter what. And who knows, maybe those first few weeks the hotel was putting its best foot forward, with a modified experience designed to get good reviews. It's also possible that moving forward they're experimenting with different, more cost-effective elements to see what they can get away with, or maybe they're convinced it's already a bust since early reviews have been not great, and they're just trying different things to see what works. It's also possible that in regard to Space Bingo, something went wrong that particular day and they were desperately vamping for time while things got fixed or replacement personnel arrived. After all, things go wrong at Disney attractions all the time, the latest incident being the repeated evacuations from their malfunctioning Spaceship Earth attraction a few days ago, which I documented in an exclusive video for my YouTube channel members. I really have no idea, but I wanted to mention that there are those who do dispute this account. I'm simply presenting this story to you as is, as it was presented to me, so that you can make up your own mind. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.